Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to MaxSpeedTV right here on the tubes of you. And we are at Chicagoland tonight, and we have the Ohio IndyCar League as qualifying has just kicked off. We're going to watch these guys turn some lap times. Thomas Nofs, first one out on track in that 17 machine, laying down a very fast time here as he is working that white IndyCar machine through the corners here. Now he's going to drop down there, cross the start finish line, and he is currently going to post up a time good enough for second place at the moment. The 92 of Brian Coe. Right now, he is sitting on top of the speed chart. That Budweiser machine looking very stout. Brian gonna cross the line again for a second lap. We have 3 laps of qualifying here. David LeClair, our points leader, he is gonna post a time good enough for second. So LeClair moving up to the second spot here. He's slowing down. He's shutting that down for his qualifying session. Ken Ackley. Ackley good enough for third at the moment. Josh Boyer in the 28 machine. He's currently sitting in 4th spot in that 05, or sorry, in the 28 as he moves to 5th spot. Boyer gonna cross the line, jumping up into 4th now. New pole sitter, the 56 machine of Chris, sitting at the very top for the moment. So the 56. And that Fuzzy's Vodka IR 18 machine with a great lap time. And 91, the Paul Krumrei machine. Right now, he's in 11th. He's going to cross the start finish line. He is going to move all the way up to second place. An outstanding qualifying lap for the 91 machine. Ian in the 75, he crosses the start finish line. Ian's gonna jump up to 6th. The 49 of Robert Dudley, he's getting up to speed here. Dudley in this 49 machine, off of turn 2, down this back stretch into turns 3 and 4. See what kind of lap time he's gonna turn here. Across the stripe he goes. The 49 of Dudley gonna move into 13th spot. The 64 of Tony Rice, he is out there as well. Tony Rice looking to log his first time. Good enough for 14th at the moment. Robert Dudley in the 49, his second lap time will put him in 9th place. We are running 3 qualifying laps here for these guys. We'll see where Dudley ends up. Third lap. Robert Dudley going to stay in 9th place. He improves his time, but not his position. Now Tony Cothran in the 03 machine. He is out on track. Another driver out there is still the 64, Tony Rice. And Tony Rice shutting it down for now. The 03 looking to lay down a good lap. He's getting sideways. Oh, big save there for the 03 machine. For the moment, it does not look like any other cars are up to speed or out on track. So as we like to do here, we're going to take a moment, see if we can talk with a few drivers. Let's see if we can't get a word in. With, let's see, I'm trying to find our pole sitter. See if we can find him. I am not seeing him, so we're going to have to just wait for just a moment. Maybe he'll make his way in here. Maybe not. Not 100% sure. Still have about 2 minutes left on qualifying, 2.5 minutes. So we're gonna just let the iRacing control a few scenes here. We will step away and play our national anthem here in just a little bit. But for the moment, the track is quiet. Nobody is out there turning lap times. Time ticking down, still no one going. So guys, we're gonna step away and we're gonna play our national anthem. We'll be right back after this.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all are as excited as I am, strapped in, holding on tight, whatever words you need to use to describe what is about to go down here tonight here on MaxSpeedTV with the Ohio IndyCar League. These drivers gritting up right now. We're still doing our last few moments, trying to get everyone correctly set up here. I think I got it covered now. I'll give a big shout out to everyone on Twitch and on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. As always, and as usual, my name is KR Stolfus. I hope you are ready for our qualifying lineup because it is coming right at you. Row 1 will be the 56 of Chris. Go with Chris. And on his outside will be the 91 of Paul Krumrei. Row 2 will be the 92 of Brian Coe and the 69 of David LeClair, our points leader. Row 3 will be Josh Boyer in the 28, and on his outside, Ian Habbick in the 75. Row 4 will be the 98 of Ken Ackley and the 17 of Tom Nofs. Row 5 will be Robert Dudley and the 88 of Doug Kennedy. Row 6 will be Tony Cothran and the 64 of Tony Rice. Row 7 will be Raul Alvarez and the 23 of Jeff Murray. Row 8 will be Pierce Moffitt and the 55 of Sergio Morisi. Row 9 will be Miguel Olivares and Jacob Petticord. Row 10 will be Rich Shannon in the 41, and that is going to make it our starting lineup. Drivers working their ways through 3 and 4. We are getting ready to go green flag racing here at Chicagoland with Ohio IndyCar League. Lights are out on the pace car. Here we go, folks. Hold on to your hats. Green flag is out, and we are underway as that fuzzy vodka machine gets a good jump over 7-Up. Mix those two together, and we're going to have a great time here tonight. Meanwhile, the Budweiser car stuck on the outside lane. But here comes Paul Krumrei on the outside for the lead. And meanwhile, LeClair going to try and thought about making it 3 wide, but he's going to stick it down underneath. Oh, big heavy contact between our leaders. Chris Sinfenn gonna go up and over. Heavy contact on the opening lap. Let's go to our MaxSpeedTV replay. And already we are working our first caution. That was a huge shunt. We go on aboard with PK. Man, oh man, already big time issues, but these drivers do have one fast repair that will go a long way for the night. The guys, while they cycle around, we're gonna step away for just a minute. We'll be right back after this. Oh man, folks, here we go. After a few moments of random things popping up, green flag coming back out, and we are back underway here at Chicagoland. Good jump by our race leader, David LeClair. However, Ian right behind him, and Ian gonna jump to the high side. LeClair gonna protect the inside lane. Oh, LeClair all the way down, almost touching the grass. As Ian and Brian Cohen, the 92, sit second and third. Brian Cohen, that red and white machine. As we go on aboard with Co. Co gonna get a good draft down the Chicagoland front straightaway. High entry at turn 1. Staying high, trying to stay out of that arrow push situation, and the caution flag is coming out. As I am not sure, but it looks like something has happened to the 14 machine. We're gonna go to our instant replay here. And it's a good break for a pole sitter in the 56. And here we go. Let's figure out what happened to the 14 of Pierce Buffett. Oh, he got loose through the tri-oval. Washed up in front of, I'm not sure who that is, the 55, I believe, of Sergio. Oh, they weren't in the tri-oval. That was turns 1 and 2. He touched the apron. Sergio just wrong place, wrong time in that situation. And everyone hitting pit road this time except for Ian Habayok. Brian Coe staying out, Robert Dudley staying out, and Tom Nuffs staying out. The wave around is Chris Sinfen. Well, let's see here. Let's try and get a quick word in with our race leader in 16 machine. Nope. You know what? You guys will bear with me for just a second. I'm going to mute everything and be right back. All right, guys, we are back live at Chicagoland, and I have pulled up our race leader, the 75 machine of Ian. How you doing out there tonight, Ian?
Oh, well, I'm doing good. Doing good. This is my second time. Racing's fun out here. Trying to survive, that's all.
Trying to survive here at Chicagoland. What's it going to take to be fast here at this track?
Well, really just gonna mainly be patient. Don't try to hit the wall and just get on that apron, and or if you're going for a ride and you catch rival, it's a long race. Try to keep tires fresh.
All right, Ian, well, we see the lights have gone out on the pace car. Before we let you go and focus on this race, any shout outs, thank yous that you'd like to give?
All right, thank you.
All right, Ian, congratulations. And Ian, how do you say your last name?
Habiak.
Habiak. I almost got it. All right, Habiak it is. Good luck to you for the rest of the race, buddy. That is Ian Habiak in the 75 machine. He is warming his tires up. We are getting ready to go back to the green flag here at Chicagoland. The Ohio IndyCar League will do 120 laps. We've got 12 laps almost completed. We are working our second caution of the night. "16 cars on the lead lap. Green flag is out. Here we go once again. These Indy cars getting up to speed, getting through the gearboxes cleanly. Brian Coe in the 92, once again, he is challenging for the lead. He now 3 wide into turn 3, it looked like there. Brian Coe gonna lose a spot to Robert Dudley in the 49. And Dudley slides into second. Coe now gonna lose another spot possibly to the 17 of Tom Nopes. And here comes PK, Paul Krumrei. He was involved in the first caution and he is running that outside lane to perfection. He has made his way back into 5th place. Side-by-side action here at Chicagoland. Drivers, oh, a block being thrown. Someone is out of control. We got a car spinning. Contact made. Heavy contact. Sergio Moresi being involved in that one. And it looks like Miguel also has lost a wheel, so heavy damage on Miguel's car. We're gonna go to our MaxSpeedTV replay. We go on board with Miguel. You see heavy contact there between Miguel and Tony Cothran. Tony going airborne, flipping very violently. We go on board with Tony Cothran for this one. As our gyro cam showing exactly what it's like to start flipping around here. Oof. Big oof. Couple drivers on pit road and off. Brian Coe making a pit stop and getting off of pit road. He is the first one off pit road with 4 fresh tires. Jeff Murray right behind him in the 23 machine. So under yellow here. We are working our third caution. We have 104 laps to go. We have one lead change here. LeClair and Hebig. Ooh, I know get how he said it. Ooh, I'm sorry, Ian. Yuck. I'm totally bad with this one. This is gonna hurt. I made him mad. But Ian is your race leader right now. Has been out front for 9 laps. David LeClair led for the first 8 laps. Then LeClair and Paul Krumrei made contact on the opening lap coming to cross the start-finish line. to complete the first lap. They made contact. Both of them went wildly up and over or through the infield. Both made pit stops, both used their quick repairs, I would assume, and got back out there. There is only maybe yuck. I don't know. This is one of the more challenging groups have ever been a part of for name pronunciations. And I couldn't be more excited for the challenge, but I promise you I am failing horribly at it. Lights are out on the pace car. Our top five for right now is Habiuk, Dudley, LeClair, Nofs, and Krumrei. Down the backstretch into turn number 3 we go. We're getting ready for it to fire off once again. This time, Robert Dudley in the 49 machine. He's gonna take us along for this restart. Here we go. Pace car peeling off. Green flag is out and we're back underway once again. LeClair with a great restart. Bold move on the outside. And here comes Dudley to the inside. Dudley gonna make a move 3 wide down the backstretch into turn 3. LeClair and Ian very close to each other. No contact made. They keep it sorted out, but LeClair had them having to lift. Gonna lose a little bit of momentum there. That has put Ian in second place. Now he's gonna use the draft, pull up along Dudley. Stays tucked in behind him for the moment. Now 2 wide for second place down the front stretch. The backstretch is no different. We got 2 wide into turn number 3. Side-by-side action happening here. Dudley out front. Here comes LeClair, the points leader coming into tonight's race. David LeClair challenging for the lead. LeClair now just crossing across the nose of Dudley, so put LeClair into the top spot. Dudley into second, and here comes Ian. Josh Boyer in the 28. He is now throwing his name into the hat for this second spot. With Paul Krumrei right behind him. We go on board with Boyer in the 28. He's gonna make a move to the outside of Ian in that 75. Ian all the way down to the infield here. And Ian losing lots of ground. And Dudley now has also had to check up. The Boyer into second. David LeClair in the 69. He is our race leader. Meanwhile, looking through the field here, the 64 machine of Tony Rice getting passed on the outside by the 23 of Jeff Murray. We go on aboard with Rice. Rice currently in 11th spot. See the field starting to get strung out here. Our race analysis for tonight, 120 laps for 180 miles on this 1.5 mile Chicagoland Speedway. Our tire window right around 20 laps, maybe in 15. We'll see these guys come down pit road anywhere around that point. They are running 70% fuel, and our pit road speed limit is 50 miles an hour. If you guys would like to join this IndyCar Racing League, links are provided down below in the broadcast description on YouTube of how to do so. If you're watching over on the Twitch side of things, click the MaxSpeedTV logo that is down below. It will take you right to this broadcast, and you can find that link description there. But the Ohio IndyCar League would love to have you out here, love to have you racing with them. You don't have to be from Ohio. Join the Ohio IndyCar League. Right now, our race leader is David LeClair. He has been out front for 17 laps. We go on board with LeClair as he is working his way around this 1.5 mile track. These IR18 cars, I've driven them. I believe that they are one of the better Indy cars on the iRacing service. A very blast, every bit of a great time to drive. A lot of power to them. A lot of downforce to them. So it's a good time, a lot of fun. Still takes some skill to drive them wide open, as LeClair is doing all the way around this track. Ken Ackley in the 98. Right now, he is sitting in 6th spot. As the field has really gotten a little bit of single file here, which is a bit unusual for the Indy cars on these 1.5 miles, as the draft plays a big role. But Jeff Murray in the 23 machine, all over the back bumper of the 88 at Doug Kennedy. And now Murray gonna make a move to the outside of Doug Kennedy. Completes the pass down the backstretch to put Murray into the 23 machine into 9th place. And now he sets his sight on Brian Coe in the 92. And Murray running that high line to perfection here. Gaining a lot of ground as he runs up on that upper edge there. And we have one driver breaking away for his pit stop. That is Dudley in the 28. I'm sorry, Robert Dudley in the 49 machine. And now Murray moves into 7th spot. Murray really liking that high side right now. He is gaining a lot of ground as here he is gonna pass Ian Habiuk on the outside down the back front stretch. Jeff Murray really using that high line very efficiently. Next driver in his sights now is the 98 of Ken Ackley. Ackley currently in 5th, started 7th. See Jeff Murray out the back as we ride along with Ackley. Little bit of lift through 1 and 2, then down this bent back straightaway. So it really isn't straight. Maybe we ought to take a page out of the Grand Tour, call it the isn't. But then what do we call the front straightaway? Because it's not straight either. So maybe this is the isn't 1 and the isn't 2. And then, well, that'll get confusing with corners 1 and 2. Who knows? Definitely a unique layout to the Chicagoland Speedway. Meanwhile, your race leader, David LeClair, is opened up a 1.3 second lead over Josh Boyer in the 28. And then behind Boyer is the 91 of Paul Krumrei. And Krumrei running that green and white 7-Up machine was involved with LeClair on, I'm sorry, not LeClair, involved with Chris Seidenfaden in the 56. Both those drivers taking heavy damage on lap 1. And here comes Paul Krumrei to pit road along with LeClair. So pit stops going off here on the green flag. Dudley has already made his, so we'll see how this plays out for Dudley. He was one of the first ones on pit road. Here he comes around to unlap himself from these guys. Well, there goes Dudley. LeClair and Paul Krumrei on pit road. LeClair pulling away very quickly with MaxSpeedTV logo on that Fanatec machine. Krumrei getting off of pit road right behind him. Very good job on that pit stop for Krumrei. He closed the gap to LeClair. And Pierce Maffitt in the 14 machine is going to split these two. So the 23 of Jeff Murray, your race leader for the moment. He has not made his pit stop yet, but he has been working that high side beautifully. And that IR-18 machine has been very fast. His last lap time was a 25.674. His best lap time was a 25.108. So a little bit of fall off on that 23 machine, but not a lot. So that is why he is still out there, still churning laps. David LeClair, first car 1 lap down. He has turned a 25.3. So Murray losing just about a half a second a lap to LeClair, but he does have him trapped a lap down. So should the caution fall, this is going to be a big boon to Murray. Several other drivers on pit road. The 56 of Chris and the 55 of Sergio Morisi. Drivers making their pit stops. I do want to point out we have 2 cars out of the race. One of them is the 41 of Rich Shannon. He is packed up. He is headed home. And a did not start. That would be the 27 of Jacob Petticord. And here comes Murray on the pit road. Oh man, did he hit that cone? Was he out of line there? We'll find out if he's going to get a penalty here. As your race leader, Jeff Murray into his pit box. Brian Coe inherits the lead from Murray. Several other drivers coming down pit road. That includes the 92 of Brian Coe. And yes, Murray, very long time in his pit stall. He has gotten a penalty. David LeClair in second spot. Can he track down Brian Coe? As Brian Coe has just now hit his pit stall, he is going to make a pass for the lead. Come on, go upstairs. Hey, buddy, I love you, but not right now. Okay, back upstairs. Go back upstairs, play with Cole. David LeClair, your new race leader, as he has found a way to use those pit stops to his advantage. And he has pulled a 1.9 second lead over Paul Krumrei. Krumrei, who had a great pit stop, moves into second place because of them as we cycle through this green flag pit stop order. The 56 of Chris Seidenfaden has found a way into third place here. Despite his rough going, he did receive a wave around during one of our cautions, and he has taken full advantage of that wave around, and he is now sitting in third place. Paul Krumrei sitting in second. Trying to close the gap to David LeClair in the 69. LeClair trying to find a way through lap traffic, dealing with a little bit of dirty air from these cars. IndyCar is very susceptible to that aero push situation. You just got to find somewhere to find a hole, find some clean air, And LeClair doing a great job. He's gonna work his way around Brian Coe here to put him a lap down. Now he has to figure out how to deal with the 98 of Ken Ackley. Ackley running right through the middle of the track. LeClair running a bit higher at the time. We go on board with LeClair. We are just past the halfway point by about 4 laps as LeClair is going to cross the start-finish line. Ackley in the 98 for the moment is fending off our race leader. Paul Krumrei really starting to close in on LeClair. So Krumrei with a great pit stop and now a great tire run, fuel run, whatever you want to call it. He is closing the gap as LeClair going to try and work the outside here. Ackley not so keen on going a lap down, fighting back. Side by side, this is not a battle for the lead. This is a battle to stay on the lead lap. And Ackley is giving it all he's got for right now. And LeClair gonna move to the inside. Ackley gonna let him have it. And now Ackley in the 98. Will be the first car 1 lap down. Next car to be targeted is the 88 of Doug Kennedy. But LeClair on a mission. Paul Krumrei starting to lose a little bit of ground here. Your top 5 after 67 laps is David LeClair, Paul Krumrei, Chris Seidenfaden, Josh Boyer, and Ian Habiuk in the 75 machine. So LeClair pulling away from Krumrei now, as Krumrei had been closing the gap on him. Now Krumrei losing some ground once these 2 cars have reached a little bit of open air. First car 1 lap down is the 98 of Ackley. The 55 is Sergio Morisi. He is currently running in 8th place, and Sergio has not been without his issues here tonight. A great no-quit attitude from him, though. He has gotten back out there each and every time, and he is running in 8th place. The Sergio holding on to a good finish for the moment. We are starting to click these laps down. About 50 laps to go here in tonight's event. Sergio battling with Tony Rice right behind him. Tony Rice in the 64. Started 12th, has moved up into 8th. He is right there making a move to the inside. Not able to make it stick this time, but gonna try it once again down this front stretch. And Tony moving to the inside here, but that outside lane looking to be very efficient through 1 and 2. So Tony Rice losing a little bit of ground from the previous lap. Now he's going to move to the high side here. Sergio holding on to that 7th spot for now. Jeff Murray, an early race leader, led for 6 laps. The pioneer to that high side here in tonight's race. He is currently in 9th place. So he has lost a little bit of ground through these green flag pit stops. He was the first one to discover that that high side was working, and he was making it work very well. Miguel Olivares currently in 5th. He started 17th. So a big move by Miguel. He's going to cross the start finish line there. We are on lap 77 of 120. Go on aboard with Miguel. And we have had a change for the lead up front. As our new leader is Paul Krumrei. David LeClair onto pit road. And away he goes. So an early pit stop for LeClair, but here comes Knopf's. Doug Kennedy also hitting his pit stop. The green flag pit stops underway here. Drivers coming down en masse. Paul Krumrei in the 91 hitting his pit lane as well. That is going to give the lead to Miguel. But David LeClair right there behind Miguel, going to unlap himself if he can. These green flag pit stops happening in what could be the final stop of the race. Gonna be a bit of a stretch, but if the cautions come out just right, we could see someone try and gamble on that situation. And now LeClair on the outside unlaps himself, and Miguel stays out there. So David LeClair, after leading 53 laps, one of the first ones to hit pit road, has given up the lead to Miguel Olivares. And Miguel in that 29 machine is your race leader. He will be coming down to pit road very soon here. Not this stop. Miguel's staying out there. As he is gonna try and put the 69 one lap down. The LeClair doesn't want to go this lap down, but may be inevitable as he's gonna work that outside lane though. And maybe LeClair knows that he's just a bit on the outside of this fuel window, and so he's trying to save a bit of fuel. Miguel though pushes right on past and puts him back a lap down. LeClair did unlap himself, but now he's gonna tuck in. Oh, and contact is made. Oh my goodness, Miguel is into the wall. David LeClair into the wall, and LeClair flipping end over end. We're gonna go to our MaxSpeedTV replay. And David LeClair in the 69, who had led the most laps, is going to make contact with our race leader through this green flag pit stop cycle. End over end, try not to get sick. Down the backstretch they go, into turn number 3, contact is made. And both drivers on pit road. In the field, several drivers staying out. Several drivers pitting. Jeff Murray into his pit stall. The 56 machine of Chris Seidenfaden, our race pole sitter, he is staying out. He had made a green flag pit stop just a few laps beforehand. First one out on fresh tires is Jeff Murray in the 23. So guys, we're gonna step away for just a moment, reset this, and bring you what looks to be a great finish here at Chicagoland. Don't go nowhere, we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Lights are out on the pace car, and we are going back green flag racing here tonight. Our pole sitter, Chris Seidenfaden, has found a way back up into the top spot. And here we go. Green flag is out, and we are back underway. Jeff Murray in the 23 machine. Falling back here is two cars that are trapped a lap down. That is that is David LeClair and I believe Tony Cothran in the 03. Nope, that is not Cothran. Those two cars look very similar. Doug Kennedy hitting pit road here in the 88. Not sure what has happened to Kennedy. But LeClair currently trapped 2 laps down, getting one of his laps back the hard way. As he is out front, our pole sitter and race leader, Chris Seidenfaden, challenging him, but LeClair does not want to go back down that lap. Meanwhile, behind him, there's still great racing going on. Jeff Murray in the 23, he is in second place. Third place to the 64, Tony Rice. Paul Krumrei sitting in fourth in the 91. And it looks like Brian Coe, the first car 1 lap down, he is tucked in with this fight with the leaders as well. And Brian Coe looking to the inside here. Up Tony Rice in the 64. Paul Krumrei trying to make a move to the outside here. Meanwhile, the 75 of Ian Habiuk. He's gonna go door to door, wheel to wheel. These things don't have doors. What you talking about, KR? We go on board with Brian Coe. See the battle up front. That is one car trying to stay on the lead lap, and that is the race leader trying to put that car down on a lap. Paul Krumrei in the 91 moving in front of Brian Coe. Now they're going to run wheel to wheel, side by side through the corner. Tonight's purse is a nice, cool $30, 25, or I'm sorry, 20 going to the race winner, 10 to second, 5 to third. And right now our race leader is the 56 of Chris. He is fending off Jeff Murray in the 23 while he tries to put another lap on David LeClair. Oh, I'm sorry, my payout scale was completely wrong. It's 15 for first, 10 for second, and 5 for third. So these guys fighting it out tooth and nail here. LeClair does not want to lose this lap. He is pulling along with some draft. Chris Seidenfaden. Jeff Murray in that 23, sitting in second place. He is right there, ready to make a move should he need to. Moving into sixth gear there as he's drafting down the backstretch. Fifth gear through the corners, trying to save some fuel. 20 laps to go. Some of these guys are right on the edge of this fuel run to make it to the end. Jeff Murray in the 23, last on pit road 15 laps ago. I know Jeff Murray can make it to the end. I'm worried about the 56 of Chris and that Fuzzy's vodka. He is right at the limit. I don't know how much fuel he can save to make this go. But the best thing is that David LeClair is right in front of him. You can use that draft off of him and save some fuel to make it to the end of this thing. And here comes Murray on the outside. Murray making a pass for the lead, so put Jeff Murray up front for now. Paul Krumrei starting to feel that weakness that is the 56 of Chris Seidenfaden. And Chris hitting pit road, so he could not make it to the end of this thing. He's going to go ahead and hit his pit stall. That has given the lead to Jeff Murray and Paul Krumrei running first and second. And now David LeClair, who is currently 2 laps down, has to worry about a new race leader trying to lap him. We go on board with LeClair, looking out the back of this machine. You see your race leader, you see second place, and you can see third place, Tony Rice. Tony Rice doing a great job here tonight. Tony making his first appearance of this 2019 season. This is only race 2. Tony missing the first race, but here he is for race number 2. In that blue and white 64 AMSOIL machine. We now have 13 laps to go here. The 55 is Sergio Morisi. He is sitting in 4th place. And right behind him, you see the 49 of Robert Dudley. Dudley is 1 lap down. Morisi is the final car on the lead lap. We only have 4 Indy cars on the lead lap right now. And Sergio Morisi made his pit stop right before that last caution flag came out. Heading to pit road now is Robert Dudley in the 49 and Tony Cothran in the 03. Those guys making pit stops here. But with 11 laps to go, can Sergio make it the rest of the way? He has got to have a caution, in my opinion, to do so, or he's got a magic foot there that is saving a bunch of fuel, because he has got to stretch this about 3 laps past anyone else's longest fuel run to make it to the end. Meanwhile, back up front, Jeff Murray in the 23, your race leader. Murray making a great run on this outside all night long. He has been hugging that wall as if it was his friend, and has done well for him so far. Can he find a way to hold on for another 7 laps this time by? You know what? We haven't done it yet. Let's go ahead as this race brings itself to a close. We're gonna do a little bit of crank it up. Paul Krumrei in the 91 machine has found a way around the 23 of Jeff Murray here with 3 laps to go. The Krumrei making a great move. New race leader as he is looking at 2 laps to go this time around. Murray maybe having to back it down a little bit to save some fuel to get to the end of this thing, as he was right at the limits of it. But Paul Krumrei with 2 laps to go down the back stretch, your race leader. Can he make this work in what will be a little bit of a fuel strategy race? Final lap, final time around. Paul Krumrei in the 91 machine looking for his first win of this 2019 season in the Ohio IndyCar League right here at Chicagoland Speedway. Can he maintain pace as he is gonna hug that high side? And here he comes, your race winner, the 91, Paul Krumrei, getting it done out here tonight. Jeff Murray in the 23 gonna finish second, and third place is Sergio Morisi. And so Morisi rounds out your final podium spot, but your race winner is Paul Krumrei in the 91 machine. And guys, we're gonna set up our post-race show while Paul burns it down. Nobody go anywhere, we'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we have caught up to our race winner, and that is none other than Paul Krumrei in the 91 machine. Paul, tell us a little bit about your race out there.
Man, I'll tell you what, I just felt like a complete heel for that first incident of the first lap. I don't know how Chris and I got together, but most people know I don't drive dirty, so somehow netcode or something, you know, I'd feel terrible for Chris, but you know, fuel strategy and saving my tires really helped at the end there. I couldn't believe I was actually catching Jeff there at the end, and just like 5 laps to go, it just I just zipped by him. I was almost shocked.
Well, Paul, this is your first win of the 2019 season. You pick it up here at Chicagoland Speedway. You mentioned a little bit of tire strategy and fuel strategy. How soon did you know that that is how this race would play out?
Well, you know, this kind of runs like Kansas, and I've run Kansas quite a bit and kind of knew the fuel strategy a little bit. And I think I did some fuel runs during practice. I think I ended up first in practice as well. So just kind of kept my tires. I've seen a lot of people pushing in the aero push there, and just kind of kept my P's and Q's and where to put my nose in the car, keep that wind on the nose to keep it on the track. And it just worked out for me.
Well, nice job out there. You only led a few laps, but you led the most important one. Congratulations, Paul, on that. Any shout outs, thank yous you'd like to give?
Yeah, I'm a little choked up. I lost my buddy Leroy Mickle Christmas Eve, and I've been trying to win for him since Christmas Eve, and I've got Leroy on the front of my car. He was a good friend of mine all the way from the way back when we were just young kids, and I just want to dedicate this win to Leroy. Buddy, I appreciate you looking out for me, and want to thank 7-Up, my sponsor here in Big Lake, Minnesota, and my family, and all the people that watch this car on all the other leagues as well.
Well, Paul, no stranger to being on broadcast, no stranger to being here at iRacing, and man, we're feeling for you and your loss. So congratulations on this race. Nice job out there tonight.
I appreciate it. It's fun running these. Doug puts on a heck of a show here every month, and I think I took second last week to David, and unfortunately David had a little bit of an issue somewhere. He got caught in the pits during a caution, and again, I just feel blessed that I actually finally captured the first win for 2019.
Nice job out there. That is Paul Krumrei, the driver of the number 91 machine. Nice job getting it done out there tonight. Now it's time to move on to our second place finisher, and that is Jeff Murray in the 23. And Jeff, you had the race lead, but Krumrei found a way to steal it from you. Tell us a little bit about your race here tonight. Jeff Murray, you got your ears on, bud? Can you hear us? All right, looks like Jeff Murray having some issues here. Wait just a few more moments, see if we can get a word in with him in that 23 machine. It looks like maybe not. So Jeff Murray unable to figure out what's going on with his microphone. So guys, we also are unable to talk to our third place finisher, Sergio. He was unable to come into TeamSpeak here tonight. We have tried to talk to all of them. Very fortunate that we got to talk to our race winner. That was Paul Krumrei. So guys, what a great race we had out here tonight. We saw a lot of action, a lot of 1.5 mile racing style action that is a product of the IR18 machine. Cars high, low, through the middle. Find somewhere to pass somebody, find some clean air, make it happen, do what you got to do. What an amazing race this was. 120 laps, they came and went just like that. Oh man, I'll tell you what, gotta catch my breath after this. Nothing left but to go through our running order. Tonight's finishing order, Paul Krumrei finishing in that top spot. Jeff Murray finishing second. And Sergio in that 55 machine will round out your podium with that third place finish. Brian Coe, first car, 1 lap down, finishes in fourth. Ian Habiuk in the 75 will round out your top 5. 6th place going to Chris Seidenfaden. 7th, Josh Boyer. 9th, Raul Alvarez. 9th going to Ken Ackley. And 10th will be Robert Dudley. 11th will end up being our most laps led at David LeClair with 53 laps here tonight. Tony Rice in the 64 machine ends up 12th. 13th will be Tom Nofs. Doug Kennedy in the 88 will finish 14th. And 15th place going to Pierce Baffett. And Pierce, if you're still here in YouTube chat, please give me a phonetic of how to say your name. 16th going to Tony Cothran in the 03. 17th will be Miguel Olivares. 18th will be Rich Shannon. And 19th going to Jacob Petticord. Guys, that is going to do it for us here on MaxSpeedTV. Thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you all had a great time watching these Indy cars rip it up here at Chicagoland. I know I enjoyed it. Oh man, what a race, what an event. So Ohio IndyCar League will be coming at you next month in March, so stay tuned to MaxSpeedTV. If you haven't followed us on Facebook, do so now, and also hit that subscribe button so that you know and can be alerted when we bring you all this great racing action. So to everyone on Twitch, everyone on YouTube, thank you very much for joining me. And I'll tell you what, Pierce Moffitt, thank you for that. Have a good night, guys. I will see you all next time.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.